Hello everybody, I'm coming to you from London. Today is January 14th and I want to talk more specifically about what's gone on with the COVID cancellation of Brussels, Carmen, that I had the privilege of being a part of. First of all, just to state, I stand in complete solidarity with all my artist friends and colleagues that have lost employment in this time due to regulations set forth by the state that hamper the ability of artists to do their jobs. We have reached the time where it's no longer necessary to impose such strict regulations on people that have followed the rules, that are fully vaccinated, and have made sure that they are operating in a safe way inside of the theater. The decision made internally, and not by the state, by the way, by the theater, was a force of hand, more or less. I really empathize with the leaders, Peter de Callaway, in having to take such a tricky position, which was either secure the theater and close it because of the rules set forth by the state, or keep it open and have to run a really difficult situation. Both situations are hard, and I don't envy him and his company. I'm sorry to him as well at this time. What I want to say is that governments like the country of Belgium need to get with it now and change the rules. If people are vaccinated, there is no need for those that have come in contact with others that are COVID positive to have to isolate for an arcane 10 days. This is still the regulation in Belgium. So just think about it. If one member of an orchestra section, say the horns, become positive, you're going to tell me that the entire orchestra has to isolate now for 10 days when every single member is absolutely vaccinated and subject to testing every day? We know now that almost all cases of people that are vaccinated, especially with the booster shot, they're not succumbing to this virus, they're not dying, unless, yes, they have comorbidities or are of the elderly population. We've reached the point where this kind of stuff needs to stop. I call on the Prime Minister of Belgium to convene a commission to make sure that this nonsense ends, that you stop harming the lives of artists that depend on contractual work and have had it ripped away from them at this time. You are harming the entertainment industry by still imposing these arcane rules. Again, I am in solidarity with everybody that works in theater and the arts that are being subjugated to this tyranny. And it is tyranny. Let's call it what it is. When people's jobs are taken away from them for obsessive and ridiculous regulation, when in fact we have followed the rules. We are following the guidelines of the disease controls of Europe and the United States. This cannot stand any longer. This cannot stand any longer. And people like us, artists, must stand up and be very loud in our opinions. I don't want leaders like Peter de Callaway, for instance, to have to be forced to take a terrible decision, face his workers, and have to deliver news that their jobs are being taken away from them because the government hasn't properly intervened. Capping the number of seats in a theater of 1,200 to 200 is no longer necessary if people are vaccinated, if people are following the rules, if people are taking a test every single day, if people are completely wearing masks in the public. This is insanity, and it must stop now.